Hello, this is RueshTV. Sorry about my absence. I've been a little busy with work and moving that I haven't been able to really put much effort into making videos and also getting ready for the raid that's coming up in 2 days. Whenever you watch this, I'm just going to say a date of the 19th or the 20th when the raid comes out and you'll be ready to go. The release of the Emerald Nightmare is coming up soon. So I'm just getting ready. I spent a lot of time getting ready. And so I'm just going to show a little comprehensive guide. Right now, most of my gear, as I'm at 844, most of my gear has crit on there. Crit is the main stat, and it's just one of the things that I feel necessary. Like this master trinket, I should be fine because the damage it deals. This is a haste first, so items like that. But everything else, mainly crit first stats. And you've been lucky with some Warforged, a couple of Titan Forges. Other than that, I'm just struggling to get the best gear that I possibly can get before the raid. Right now, I have Salt and Pepper Shank, trying to level up my cooking, get the better food. There's 375 foods. This one's just 225. So, whatever you can do to get ready for the raid, feel free to do so. Also, working on your rotation, understanding your fire mage. That would be, I guess, why you're here. So let's just dive right into a few of these things. As we already talked about stats, so we might as well get into that right away. You're going to want critical strike is going to be your main stat weight to go for to stack for the gear. Everything is going to have intellect on there, so that is going to be your primary stat, and it actually tells you that if you open up the screen, it says primary stat is intellect. That really goes without saying, but really the things like trinkets that have like plus int and all those things, those are going to be your number one trinket stat you're going to go for. But other than that, items like your rings and your neck that don't have int on them, you're going to want to go with critical strike. After that is mastery. Mastery and haste are, I feel, interchangeable. For the main purpose of single target versus multi-target. You're going to want mastery if there's going to be a possibility of adds when you are doing a boss. If it is just a pure patchwork setting, I think haste is going to be a lot better, only because the mastery buff increases ignite, and when you spread your ignite on different adds, in the boss fight, your damage will go up. But if you're fighting just the boss, then there isn't going to be a whole lot of spreading of the mastery for the ignite. So I think haste will actually become a little bit better. If you take a look at the stat weights, they actually list mastery under haste and versatility, but with the sole chance of actually having multiple targets, I think that mastery will actually win out. Other than that, you can't really see any of my versatility because I don't think I have any versatility on my gear. That's how much I really care about versatility. I could get some. I have the belt upgrade that I can possibly wear, and then the helmet upgrade I can possibly wear for my class all stuff. Give me I think 6-piece. But I'm really just after getting critical strike and mastery. We'll see how it goes. I may work with the stats, but it's fine, whatever. But for now, it's just going to be intellect, critical strike, mastery, haste, and versatility. If you can do it in that order, you should be pretty good to go. I've done a few videos on what talents to actually pick for a fire mage, so I'm not ready to go too far into the details of that. This is my leveling spec, so I have Shimmer in here, but if you're going to be going for raids, you're going to want to pick Cauterize as your 30. So Pyromaniac, Cauterize, Rune of Power, Flame On, Ice Flows, Unstable Magic, Kindling. If you want to know what these talents do versus the other ones, click this link, probably up here. It actually has a detailed guide as to what talents you're going to actually want to pick. But I'm not going to get into that. And then honor talents, I don't do much PvP, so I'm just stuck with this one. Alright, from there, let's take a look at the artifact weapon. This is Fellow Malorn. If you can see, this has a nice sword and an orb on there. My sword is a little bit different than the base mage one because I actually have the class hall finished. So there has different skin for you to choose. If you want to change the weapon, then you can just go to your forge, and then look at the appearances of it, and you can just pick which ones you want. So the first one is going to be like the fellow Malorn colors. Alright, so you have your blue color, you have your green color, purple, red, and the Pride of the Sun, Striders, and all those different things. These are locked. I don't really have that many of them, but I kind of like the Pride, so I'm going to stick with that. So it determines the color of the actual weapon. All right, might as well talk about the traits too while we're at it. We have 2 slots here that you can use, fire and an arcane slot. It is actually necessary probably to get fire at will, because the +1 ranked actually makes the fireball's cast time reduced by a certain percent. I have not been able to get multiple of these high item level fire at wills, so I just been able to stick with what I have. So for this one I have the ever burning consumption, and then this one I have the pyroclasmic paranoia. This actually helps with the fire at will. This actually helps with the damage dealt increased by ignite, and then this one helps with the damage dealt by pyroblast by a certain percent. What helps is the item level. The max you can get on an item level upgrade for the fellow Malorn is 879. I'm at 877, so I'm still trying to struggle at getting the perfect ones for this for now. While I have this open, might as well talk about the traits that you get. You start off with Phoenix Flames. That is going to be the artifact ability that I will be showing you. And the only way to go up is towards Wings of Flame, which is going to be your first talent that you're going to be able to put into once you get the fellow Malorn and you do the quest line. So obviously you increase your fire damage by 3%. If you want to follow a specific path, the way that we need to go is we need to get this golden dragon, which is the pyretic incantation first. The second one to get would be Phoenix Reborn. And then the last one is going to be Aftershocks. All right, you can see that I only have a level 19 artifact. Not really that good at farming right now. Just slowly working on trying to get a hold of everything. There's a lot going on here. But it is level 19. I do have my second golden dragon, and I am sitting on 12,000 artifact power right now. So just more artifact power you get, the more you need for each level. All right, so the first thing you want to get, you're going to the pyretic incantation. So you just start with cauterizing blink, which when you activate your blink, it heals you for 15% of your maximum mana for 6 seconds. Then you move on to pyroclasmic paranoia, which increases the damage dealt by your pyroblast, and then you finish off at fire at will, which gets you the pyretic incantation. Each consecutive crit strikes you deal increases critical strike damage you deal by 5%. So it's obvious this is going to be your first way through. So it's just going to be what, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So at level 12 you'll have your first artifact, and then this way's relatively short in comparison. Alright, so this is going to be your first one. So it's not really that much artifact power to get this one. After that, then you're going to want to work this way, so Great Balls of Fire, which increases the damage done by Fireball, which is a good substitute if you don't have Fire at Will. Big Mouth increases the range of Dragon's Breath. It's just 1 point, so it's not really much worth. Ever Burning Consumption increases damage dealt by Ignite by 16%. This actually helps with boss fights that do allow for good Ignite spreads. And then Phoenix Reborn. This target affected by your Ignite have a chance to erupt in flames, taking 15,000 additional fire damage, and reduces the cooldown of the Phoenix Flames by 10 seconds. I have not registered what benefits this is, because I just recently got it, but your flames do come back faster cooldown. After you get that, then you're going to want to make your way up to the third, which is Aftershocks. So off of the Pyroclasmic Paranoia, you're going to want to click on the Burning Gaze for 3 points, and then Aftershocks is going to be your 4th point. So not soon after, as soon as I'm 23, I'll have Aftershocks, and this should be good. After that, then it's really just depends on which way you want to go to level things up. I think Icy Veins has a specific way, and then it just depends on how you feel. but I would probably go this way. So from Fire at Will, you do your Reignition Overdrive, which increases damage dealt by Fire Blast, and then you do Blast Furnace. So Fire Blast deals an additional 18,000 fire damage over 9 seconds. These two right here are really going to help out your damage rotation once you get these 3 Golden Dragons. From there, you just want to grab Molten Skin, and then make your way over to Blue Flame Special, and then Scorched Earth, because you need to be able to start adding points to your overall weapon damage. So that'd be the path that I would take, is that I would just get the Reignition Overdrive and Blast Furnace after I get the Aftershocks. So that's your artifact weapon. So let's see how it's done. Alright, here we are, back in front of the Greater Bulwark Construct. This is going to be a rating test dummy, and this is what we're going to be looking at while we're testing these numbers. Alright, so I talked about the artifact weapon power being Phoenix Flames, and those are going to be the balls that are floating above your head right now. You can see there's 2 mages right here. Let's just click off this. There you go. So you see the 3 balls. So those are actually going to represent the 3 charges that you own. So let's just fire one of these off. So as soon as I use it, one disintegrates, and then it starts the timer to generate another one. So there I have 15 seconds left on that one. That one actually did the reborn, and so the cooldown is actually much faster. After the timer's up, then it spawns another one. Like there, it collides and spawns it. So that's the artifact weapon itself. Alright, so I made a rotation pre-patch when I was doing Hellfire Citadel, and I figured I would need to make one too to include the Phoenix Flames. So we're just going to take a look at how that rotation is going to go right now. Since I am an orc, I tied my Blood Fury with my Combustion, and then I also have Rune of Power available and ready to go. So we're just going to talk about the opening rotation really quick. So what you want to do is you want to precast, well, pre-pot and then precast your Pyroblast. I don't have any pots on me other than this Draianic Intellect Potion. I might as well just do that just for some kind of potting sakes. Once I pot, then I'm going to want to precast a hard Pyroblast. All right. From there, I'm just going to hope that I do get a proc for heating up. If I do, then I immediately press the Fire Blast key and then throw up all my things. So after I set off the Rune of Power and the Combustion, then I set off the Pyroblast, and then I use the Fire Blast, and then I use Flame On, set off the Pyroblast, and then I do the rotation back and forth until I'm out of Fire Blasts. And then I start using the Phoenix Flames while I'm still in Combustion and just rotate between that. By the time I get to the last Phoenix Flames, I really should be out of Combustion at that point. Alright, so let's just see how it goes for that. That's just the opening rotation. From there, then you just want to keep going with your Fireball as your filler. Using Fire Blast when you have heating up, using Pyroblast only when you have your hot streaks, using Phoenix Flames when you have 2 charges, so you're always going to be floating at 1, and then once you have the second charge of Rune of Power, you would want to use it. You have to kind of float on your cooldowns for that. You also have Dragon's Breath, so if you're in range, which I'm not going to be in range to use it, you can also do that as well. Other things, Ice Barrier for survival, Blink for movement, Ice Flows for movement, which you can just bind to your mouse or whatever if you need to move. And then you have Scorch if you are going to be moving longer than just 1 movement to sidestep anything. But for the main rotation, it's just basically keep the fireballs going, hot streaks off of a Fire Blast, and then set off the Pyroblast. So that's basically the gist of it. The idea is to always be casting as well. If you don't immediately cast, then you lose DPS. It's just going to build up. or not really build up since you're losing DPS. Alright, so we'll just kind of see how this goes. I'm going to click my intellect potion here because I don't have it bound to anything because I don't have any of the new pots yet. So here we go. I'm just going to start this rotation. So here goes the pre-pot and the hard pyroblast. Alright, they got that, and then just going to do rune of power, combustion, pyro, fire blast, pyro, flame on, and then do the rotation, and then the phoenix flames, pyroblast, phoenix flames, pyroblast, and see that's kind of slow. It could get faster. Just talking through it kind of slowed me down a little bit. But there we go with the always be casting. Set off the pyroblast, set up the pyroblast, always casting, rune of power down, and then this is how you go with that. So I'm kind of just floating at around 260 right now. If I wasn't talking, trying to figure things out, you know, I usually burst up to 400Ks in the beginning and just kind of fall down. You see right now I'm at the 230 range, but that's just with me talking. We got 7 seconds left on combustion, so we'll see if we can get that going. Yeah, we'll just do that. Forgot the rune of power. That's unfortunate. And then there's, mistakes that can be made while you're doing this. Panicking, I guess. So yeah, you just float around 200K. Just, single target right there. So yeah, that's essentially the rotation. One of my takeaways with the rotation, I could obviously be doing it wrong because I'm terrible, is that you burst off pretty high in the beginning, and then as you go through the fight, you kind of just fall off. So as long as you just keep up the rotation, you can actually make suitable numbers. Simcraft says that we're supposed to be, up near the top. So just keep practicing, and hopefully this is informational. That would be very helpful if you let me know how things go, if you use this guide, or if I'm terrible. That would be sweet. So this is Rush. Thank you for watching.